Hi, welcome back to Matcha Talk Podcast. Today we have someone that looks familiar to you. You might see him in social media, the pageant world, maybe him volunteering for a fellow local organization such as Lotus Project and Transthrive. Please welcome a friendly face, a fabulous individual, Mr. Gay World USA, Marky David. Woo!
Hi Nat, and hi Liam.
Hi,
How are you guys
hello.
doing?
We are so good. Yes. How are you?
Feeling sick a little bit, but moving forward,
But
go, and I have to
Oh,
be prepared for the pageant next. I believe it's kind of like a couple of days from now.
yes. Like 2 weeks from now, I believe.
Less than 2 weeks. So I'll be flying on October 22nd, and then
Hmm.
I'll be in Cape Town on October 23rd.
Wow.
yes, kind of excited that for you, Mark. We want you to introduce yourself, what you do, and also what's your pronouns.
I'm Marky David, and I'm from Bay Area, California. I work as an engineer in one of the public agencies here in California, and my pronoun is he, him.
And I, thank you. Just kidding.
Thank
We
you.
need like a sash for you and a crown, you know what I mean?
I know. My sash is not here. Maybe next interview I'll be wearing my sash.
Yes. With this pageantries coming up and stuff, what are the preparation for you for this pageant?
Pageantry right now is not like before, that they're more on
Mhm.
physical appearance.
Hmm.
Pageantry is you need to have like a solid platform. So for me, it took probably years before I actually went back to pageantry. So I already retired
Mhm.
probably when I was in college and then decided to go back and join Mr. Gay World because I want to bring my platform to a huge platform of the Mr. Gay World organization. So, um, like what you said, I've been volunteering in Lotus Project, and I'm actually doing some public outreach in the Philippines as well, doing mental health awareness, going to school, talking about my experience and how I'm able to cope up mental health issue. So with all of those activities or those experience I had, I was able to identify what's my purpose and what's my mission. And my purpose is actually to, because for this journey, I'm bringing the transgender community as, I want to be part of their voice. And my purpose is, to bring the trans community in the Mr. Gay World stage. And my mission is to get more ally and also to to get more people to support the transgender community.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Like putting attention to transgender life, that really matters.
Hmm.
And not only
Yeah.
that, like having more advocacy and light to the transgender community is really needed right now, especially.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And especially like the mental health as well. I think like Asian community, especially,
Mm-hmm.
like we don't really talk about mental health. I think that's very important that someone will shine more light into it. That is,
Mm-hmm.
important
Yeah.
topic to taking care of.
Right.
Exactly.
We just had the last October 10 World Mental Health Day. What I always, tell to students that mental health disorder should kind of like not considered as a special, so that we could cut off
Yes.
the stigma. So if your friend is undergoing mental health issue, you got to treat him the same way as how you treat your regular friends, not special.
Hmm.
Because at the moment that you treat them
Absolutely.
special, they try to think that they're being separated from the normal. So for you to be
Mm.
able to help them is you kind of like show the same action that you mingle
Mm-hmm.
with your other friends. So that's one thing that I actually talk about when I go to school when it comes with mental health awareness.
Like
Yeah.
technically it's showing more awareness, showing more conversation to the mental health technically is really important, especially in the next
Right,
generation as well. You know what I mean?
right.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Marky, going back to knowing you as an individual with pageantry and stuff, Where did you grow
I
up?
was born and raised in the Philippines, and in
Mm-hmm.
2013 I moved here. And most of my career actually, I spent in the Philippines, and then kind of like start up here when I moved here. So I was an engineer in a construction industry before I went
Mm-hmm.
to kind of like being a professor in one of the universities in the Philippines. And
Mm.
then when I moved here, of course, if you're a Filipino, if you're not in a medical field, it's kind of like hard to get into a job. So the mentality of the Filipino community is, you just apply and get a job in kind of like a probably
Mhm.
retail shop.
Because you're
Maybe,
first generation, right? Like coming here, you're the like first generation Filipino, technically, right?
right,
Makes
right.
sense. Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like a different principle in in
Mm-hmm.
what I've inculcated in my mind. It's like I have to look for a job that's aligned to what I've finished. So what I did is I actually look at like there's a certain pattern, I know it's kind of like weird that I look at like how they sort out applicants. I
Mhm.
like before I'm getting always rejection when I apply to a company
Mm-hmm.
or federal or state job. So I did some research, and when you apply, you kind of like use some of the keywords that they
Mhm.
use for looking for, and you put that in your resume. And like in the Philippines, they're fond of having like 5, 10 pages of resume. Here,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
you have to make it like short and simple. So
Yeah.
once, so at the time that I was able to figure out all of those, and that's the time that I started getting calls from different engineering companies. And
Mm-hmm.
then at the same time, I want to kind of like excel more. So I look for school where I can continue my master's because
Mhm.
I'm already doing my master's in the Philippines, but the problem is there's no course that they're offering here in Bay Area. So I have to start
Mm.
again from
Scratch.
square one.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is, since I'm not getting any support from my family back then, because we have a lot of
Mhm.
expenses, so I have to look for a scholarship program. So I was able to get a scholarship, and then I was able to, at the same time I'm working full time and studying full time, and I was able to finish my master's, I believe, in 1 year and 3 months. And then I
Oh,
flew back
wow.
to the Philippines to do my research because I kind of like want to help the government when it comes with green building. So
Mm-hmm.
since Philippines has more rainwater or rainy season compared to kind of like summer, so
Mhm.
I think it's a very good idea if I introduce the rainwater harvesting. So I went
Mm.
to kind of like public work in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
some research, and asked them if they can use my research as their baseline. So I'm not sure if they're using my research right now. I hope they are. So then at that time, I don't have means, so I applied for. I taught in the Philippines, and then they hired me as a full-time instructor. So in gathering data, I use my students. So I incorporate
Mhm.
the requirements of my requirements for my research in their curriculum so that I don't need to pay. At the same time, they're learning in advance. So that's what I did and went back here and then yeah, finished master's and was able to get into private company. And then after I got my experience, probably for a year, then I applied for government again to
Mm.
one of the public agencies
Wow.
here.
Yeah. Since you had experience working overseas, what would you think, is the differences between hiring process over there and over here? Like you mentioned, like you over here you need to put keywords. It has to be like one
Right.
page. In Asia, I know it's different. And what's the, others differences?
It is. It is. In Philippines, it's like they rank where what school you finish your degree. So if you
Mm-hmm.
actually came from those universities that they're calling Big Five universities,
Mm.
then you
Mm-hmm.
have a big chance, to get into kind of like interview. So where I took my bachelor's, I actually don't need to kind of like apply. So I'm receiving calls from different companies because my school is the ones actually submitting my application back then.
Oh.
So here it's
That's
like you have to do
wow.
everything though. Yeah.
Yeah, over
Yeah.
here it's like, oh my God, like yeah, you go to college, you spend so much money, and I feel like they
Right.
kind of didn't really give you the real world expectation of like, hey, when you're done with
Uh-huh.
classes, you still have to apply, and they can might have to ask you
Right.
for to work and get work experience. But yeah, you lack of that because you go to school full time and work and try to support yourself.
Yep.
Right.
So
So, but
yeah,
combining both experiences, it makes you kind of like stronger from the other from other candidates when you apply. So I think
that's
that's the
true.
edge that I have. Yeah. So
Hmm.
because in the Philippines, it's not like when it comes to technological innovation, we don't have yet that. Here in the
Mm.
US,
Hmm.
it's more like technology. They want like everything's going to be efficient. You have to use all the or whatever computers that you have in the industry. In the Philippines, they teach you manually, and then they teach you also on how to use technology.
Hmm.
So the process is kind of like different. That's why when I got here, when it comes to troubleshooting, then it's easier for me because I was able to apply what I've learned in the Philippines.
Yeah, you were
Wow.
ahead. And then when were you in Philippines, did you already like discover your like sexual identity then? Like would your student know, about it as well?
Oh, that's a very good question. So when I was in college, actually, probably around like when I was in third year, I came out with my
Mm.
family. So I told that, I'm gay, and then of course there's denial in my family. My dad cannot accept me for being member of LGBTQIA plus, and at the same
Uh-huh.
time, I'm a member of a fraternity
Mm.
in the Philippines. So um, back then they're not accepting when it comes to it, having a
Really?
member that is LGBTQA plus. But now they're more
Mm.
open, and that's good because we see an increase in tolerance when it comes to the LGBTQA plus in different organizations. So, yeah, I mean, I'm open. The start I came out, and then when I start teaching, my student actually, know about my sexuality, and I don't think I need to hide that because, once you've found yourself and you've established that what you are, then I think there's nothing to hide about what. I mean, I'm not saying that everyone should do. I know that there are other people out there that they're not yet ready, but
Mhm.
I'm not into kind of like letting other people to come out by coming from me, you know.
Of course.
And,
They have
and
their own
correct.
pace.
So right. So I mean, there is just the right time and right place to do it, and I think I found that. That's why now I'm doing a lot of public outreach. I'm doing kind of like community service, and and using all of those experiences makes me kind of like a spokesperson for the LGBTQA plus.
Definitely. Like you putting shine that matters right now as well as trans thrive. Where did you start? Like where did it all started to have this advocacy for the trans community?
I started when it comes with healthcare issue, and
Mhm.
if you're bisexual, if you're like gay, I know that there's still kind of like a stigma, there's still discrimination when it comes to healthcare, but
Yeah.
when you look at among the members of LGBTQA plus, the
Mm.
transgender community are the ones having issue when it comes to healthcare. So that's where I actually started, and then I started volunteering for HIV, and sometimes trans people that have HIV are hesitant to go to the doctor because they're being treated different way, and
Yes.
and this is what I'm gonna bring in the Mr. World
Mm-hmm.
stage that um, there should be a wide education comes with trans people when it comes to the healthcare. Healthcare coverage should be expanded as well. I know that
Correct.
after Mr. Gay
Yeah.
World, changes will not happen, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that today, tomorrow, or after a year. I started to move forward and use the Mr. Gay World stage for me to be able to voice out the the needs of trans people. So it's not like
Exactly.
just voicing out, but also having an action in it. Because it's easy to voice out, and I know that there's a lot of, they say a public figure or kind of like trying to be a spokesperson. They try to voice out, but at the end of the day, they're just voicing out and there's no action. And my goal here
Mhm.
is to provide action as well. And it's not just after the pageant I stopped supporting the trans community. No, I continue, support the trans community whether I win or not. Then that's kind of like my mission.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's the best way to put it in that platform, Mr. Gay World,
Right.
pageant. I think that's a really
Right.
good idea. And not, yeah, like
Hmm.
we're not gonna expect the next day will be a different, but a conversation starter is, already in action.
Right.
The more we talk about it, the more everyone's gonna be, what's this? What's that? How can I
Yeah.
join? How
Right.
can
Yeah.
I
And
participate?
and and not only that, it's like a baby steps, when
Mm-hmm.
you do such action, you don't actually do the like push it forcefully. So you do
Yes.
plan and then kind of like look at what things that you can do for the community. And your purpose or your my purpose here is not for the generation right now. Anything that we do right now, it's probably for the future members of trans community. And
Mhm.
and that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Marky, I spoke to you about this before, that you putting transthrive, um, you know, into the Mr. Gay World pageant,
Hmm.
especially like there's a lot of like quote unquote like that borderline of like masculinity, femininity and stuff. But you putting
Right.
that there, just kind of like wow, that's yeah, says a lot of volumes. Hmm.
I know. For me to support a certain movement, you don't need to be like them. So
Hmm.
I don't need to be a transgender person to be part of the trans platform. So as
Mhm.
long as you believe in the cause that you want to support, as long as you
Yeah.
have a solid um, background and you made up your mind that this is what I want to do, this is my passion, then I don't see
Mm.
anything wrong about that. Because to be an ally is something that it's not just, what I've learned is like to be an ally is not just voicing out in the social media that I'm an ally. An ally is something that you put action. You actually
Mhm.
involve yourself in
Mm.
the movement. So people kind of like be bandwagon supporting transgender and like posting on their social media that we do support transgender. But after that, what kind of support that you provide? What kind
Mhm.
of help
Mhm.
that you actually do to to uplift the transgender community? So that's where it comes to consider yourself an ally. So I'm
Mhm.
myself consider myself an ally because I've been actually supporting transgender community for so long, and even before I joined the Mr. Gay World pageant.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's a continuous work, you know? You can't just stop
Yeah,
at one post and then like, "Yeah, I'm allied."
Exactly.
because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of people saying I'm an ally, I'm an ally, but how?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a very big word for me.
You're single, right, Marky? That's correct.
I am.
And let me just before I start the segment, Marky is such a good sport. Look at him. Even though he's sick, he still does our interview, and
Yes.
yeah, that's really sweet of him.
That's why he's
All right. So there's a new segment here. Since you're single, uh, I'm gonna describe the guy, a trait of a person, and then you're gonna say yes, girl, or yes, girl, no. Okay?
Okay.
mm,
Or girl,
Okay. So
no.
yes girl,
All
no
right.
girl.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
A guy that pays
Whatever.
for the first date, that
It's a
handles
no.
the check. No. Why?
It's a no. Because for me today is like even I'm in a relationship, I still want kind of like split. And
Mm,
at the end of the day, if you're going out for a date, you don't know like what's that person going on. You don't know if the person has a lot of reserved money on his pocket, and
true.
I don't want to be kind of like a burden for
Mm,
dinner or like we go out. And if he insisted, I'm not going to go with that.
good.
If he did, then that's gonna be the last time that I'll be seeing that guy.
Wow.
But what if, like,
Mm.
I see this on social media a lot too, when people go
Mm,
interview and ask about, but what if, that person's like, oh my God, I put in so much money into myself for this date, like, and you should pay for it. What do you say to that?
If it's kind of it's kind of like a red flag to me, but if
Right.
he
mm,
insisted, because I don't want to
mhm.
like I'm a person that I don't want to arguing. So if he insisted, I gotta pay. I'm just gonna pay, but that's gonna be the last time I'm meeting that person.
Oh.
Wow. So don't pay, guys. He have money too.
No, because no, because I don't argue. I don't like arguing. Especially going out a
Mm,
date. I just want to like have fun.
mhm,
Especially that you
Yeah.
had like a long day of work and
mhm.
now you argue with just a payment. Nah.
Uh,
Yeah, or even like, oh, if that person's paying for you, you feel obligated to like go on a second date, or you even do a
mm,
Right.
nicer thing for that person after, and it's like, that's not what I want.
Exactly. Right.
my gosh, look at you guys.
If you
For
can't afford
me,
it, don't go out.
I
exactly.
agree.
All right, next one. So, a guy. Okay, so you guys went from the date now to the second date. When
Mhm.
he leans in for a kiss, is that a yes, girl, for the second date, or no, no, girl?
Kiss is just a kiss. So even the first day I get to kiss. Going to a club, if I'm drunk and if I see you attractive, then it's if you want to kiss me, it's okay.
Mm,
So
And it's
everyone
just
get
a
a kiss.
kiss. Exactly. So I mean, it's not a big deal for me. It's not a big deal,
mhm,
but for me, it's just a kiss. It's like showing how you appreciate a person, showing that you're happy, showing that you're
mhm,
enjoying. And I
mhm.
know for some people would say like kiss is very sacred. I think what is sacred for me is the sex, right?
Yeah.
Kiss is just a
Yeah,
kiss. I don't care. And after that, you can
yeah.
just, if you don't like the breath of your kissing, you can just use mouthwash after that. It's fine.
But I think that's a sign too. Imagine if you kiss somebody and it doesn't smell good. So maybe you shouldn't continue.
I'm not. I'm not that rude, but I probably say, hey, I just need to go to the restroom and I'll be back. So normally that's what I do. Or, wait, I just gotta find my friend. And
And you never come back.
not like saying, hey, I would never come back.
All
Polite
right.
way to just ghosted
Yeah,
people.
I mean, you have to, right? Because
Yeah.
putting yourself into their own shoes, it's hard if you get
Hmm.
rejected
That's
for
Mhm,
true.
something
That's
that
true.
you don't even want.
Yeah. You don't want to
So,
like put their self-esteem down like forever, because they're gonna probably remember that forever, and
Scarlet.
that's not what we want. Like, we
exactly.
still want to be nice.
That's how I am.
All
Yeah.
right, the next one is a guy that per se like they ghosted you, and then they come back in the picture and say, "Hey, let's hang out." Is like, is that a yes, girl, or no, girl?
So the guy was
Ghosted you,
disconnected. Ghosted me?
disconnected. Mm-hmm.
No, I would
Is
never
a no,
say
girl.
hi. It's a no. I mean,
Yeah.
no. Like, let's say
Yeah.
you were ugly duckling before, and then now you are kind of like a swan, and then you
Mm-hmm.
suddenly like say hi. Fuck yeah, I'm not. My no, because my principle is there's a lot of fish in the pond. So why I stick in one
True.
rotten fish in the past? No.
Hmm. But I feel like the
There's a
pond
lot
is
of
drying
choices.
up. Just kidding.
If the
Ned,
pond is
I can't with
drying
you
up,
right now.
if the pond is drying up, that's a different story. You can go to another pond, drive away.
Yeah. That's true too though, because like if you wasn't interested in me the first time, whatever
Mhm,
reason that is, like I'm not attractive or it was just not passionate or compatible,
mhm.
what makes that different now?
No.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I
true.
mean, no, I'm not gonna stick with that guy. I'm not
Yeah.
desperate.
It's okay to be
Alrighty.
alone.
Hmm.
Exactly.
All right.
Self-worth, right, Ned?
Yeah.
Self-worth.
That's different.
So, okay, I have one right now. So, okay, so a guy, I have two guys for you, Marky. One dresses
Okay.
really, really nice, and he is like fit, a model, stuff like that, and he have it all together. However, personality is a zero, like a dry, like really dry personality. Like, second guy is not fashionable, okay, but really bubbly personality. Which one would you, go on a date?
Actually, cause, cause I'm a person that just kind of like the right
Hmm.
ingredient
Mm-hmm,
to a person. If the other one is zero, of course I'm not gonna go with that. If the other
mm-hmm.
one is high energy,
Mm,
because I do have a lot of energy and we might clash. So I would
mm,
probably kind of like wait until the right person will come to me. So
Mhm.
if those are the only person
options
that I
right
or
now.
guy that I right now, I just gotta wait. If not, no one comes around or no one comes into my life, then
Mhm.
Mm,
I just have to accept it. And there's a lot of things that I can do. If I could be single forever, I just gonna be single forever though.
until you find the
So I'm
right
not gonna.
one. I
I would.
love that.
I would never sacrifice my happiness. It's because this is
Mhm.
Mm-hmm,
only the options that I have. I rather
mm-hmm,
wait or wait. Nothing will come. It's okay.
mm-hmm.
But my happiness is my number one. Love
Mhm.
yourself.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love how Ned. Have you noticed that? I love how he's so calm. Like like my last question, it was just like, if that's me, I would be like, but
I
he's
have to
so
pick one. Just kidding.
exactly. But Mark took it like in a very calmly way, analyzed the questions, and very like thought, it out
Thoughtful.
really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been doing pageantry, Mark?
Oh my God. So long.
And what made you
Uh,
tap into the pageantry world though?
Before it's just like
Mhm,
my friend, hey, I think you can do pageantry, and then
mhm,
I started joining, and
mhm,
then it's all about like what prize you can get, all
mhm.
about probably a little bit fame, but as you go, then you kind of like get tired, and until just recently that it's become more platform based. That's why I went back. So it's just kind of
Uh,
like a hobby that whether you win or not, it's like,
you
but
just
it's all about my friends, they're the one who actually
got
convinced
you into
me
it.
and pushed me. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not even because when I was in college, it's more like academic. Um,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I I was kind of like I would say pass for a nerd for for like elementary, high school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You wear glasses too?
Until now, I don't know where's my
Oh,
glasses.
I wear
You
glasses
need your
too.
engineer look with glasses.
Oh my God. Please no.
So when you were
Why?
like doing pageant and stuff like that, after the competition and stuff, do you notice difference in your surrounding? Will people approach you more? Your DM just blown up?
Yeah. So, especially if you win, and a lot of
Mm,
people will approach you. Some judges will approach you.
Mm.
for proposal. It isn't that's true, and I've experienced that, but I didn't involve myself. Um, yeah, there is a change, like
Mhm.
they recognize you. You actually kind of like making a name,
Mhm.
and I think that's the fun part that I enjoyed when I was young. So now it's different. My the way I foresee pageantry right now is more like platform based. It's kind of like something that
Mhm.
I could use as media for the cause that I believe in.
Yeah.
So
Do you get any like thirsty DM? What's like the funniest one?
yeah, even now, like
Can you read one
What's
right
the
now?
craziest? Like, what's the craziest that you're
Can
like,
you read one right
Maya?
now?
oh they kind of like they would kind of like ask like, can you say a name? My mom is here. Can you say like dick pic? Can you say like, why would you ask a person that you never met?
They probably saw like on the, when you do a competition, don't you wear like a swimming trunk,
Or I
right?
do wear a
Swimming
swimming trunk.
wear.
Yeah,
They like we see the outline. Send me a
I
DM.
know, but again, we are Asian. We
What's
are
that
not
supposed
black
to mean?
people.
Oh,
That's different.
when you're in like the competition, are there anything crazy between um the competitor, like you and other representative, like any juicy see like stories?
Yeah, I joined one competition in the Philippines before. So there was like candidates are being held in a hotel for a night before the pageant.
Mm.
So um the night is like you see like candidates hopping in different rooms.
Ah.
But I'm not like I'm not saying I'm so clean, trying to be clean, but it's not me.
Oh my
It's not what I do.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, it's kind of like I let them do, my roommate that time having have with another candidate,
Oh
and he's
my
asking me
god.
to join. I said no, it's okay, because it's not because I want to be fresh for the pageant. It's just I don't want to involve myself with those kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I had a lot of stupid stuff I did when I was young, like I think no, I think one of my hookup is recording what we're doing, and it got posted in. This was just recently, like 2017. So when I went back for doing my research in the Philippines, and I didn't know that it's being recorded, and then he sent the video to me, and then suddenly it was posted on Twitter. And at that time, I'm
Mhm.
teaching in one of the university, and and even he blurred my face. How about my tattoo?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Because I do have a lot of tattoo,
You
and
have
then
tattoo, and that's like your another identity that people to identify who you are, because not everybody have the
right,
same tattoo.
exactly. So and
and
then
that's why I
he
don't do
wanted
tattoos, yo.
if no,
Go on.
he wanted it's kind of like extortion because if I wanted to take out the clip, I have to give him money. But I said like I'm not gonna give you money. You can have it posted. I don't think the school
Wow.
will kick me out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. If you
Damn.
make money off that, give me some too.
I
Yeah.
hope. Right now I can because there's a contract.
Ah. That's
No, no, I
crazy
don't
No,
think I would get
though.
involved myself.
winning Mr. Gay World, what does it mean for you? And what is your plans as Mr. Gay World with this title?
I think I think it's not about me. It's about the cause that I believe in, which is my campaign hashtag transthrive. And winning Mr. Gay World is I can. It's probably a unique opportunity where where I could take advantage of, voicing out more about their experience, what they need in a global audience, and using my crown with a purpose, and and it's not for me. It's not all about actually winning the physical crown. It's all about how can I actually do more. And I know that you can still help the community by not joining the pageant, but for me, because this is my passion, and when you combine your passion with the cause that you believe in, it make it robust,
Mm-hmm.
it make it stronger. So that's why Mr. Gay World Pageant for me is it's a unique opportunity. I'm not saying that if I didn't win, then I'm just gonna go inside a room and like cry. No. So so if I didn't win, then that's probably my fate for pageantry. And I would just think that, my God would probably redirect me in other path where I could serve more in the community, and it's not the pageantry.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, so this is consists of our part one interview, but let me advertise
Thank
an
you.
event. I have an advertised an event called Mabuhay Bitches. I don't know if you guys heard of Mabuhay Bitches. This is consists of Filipino drag queens in the Bay Area, such as Virginia Please, Kashipea, Lady P Galore, Chi Chicago, Ariola Manang, and Extina Agitera, Natasha, and John Fideliaga, and Miss Kiki Crunch, and also my drag mother, Ira Amaya. So if anyone's listening right now in our episode, kindly support our Filipino X drag queens on October 28th in the Bow Club. They are doing a fundraising for Per Luca Viga that recently got arrested in the Philippines for just doing drag, which is really,
Mm,
huh,
Right.
you know.
But before you go to Bo on October 28th, so
Mhm.
please do watch the live streaming of Mr. K World and Cape Town in YouTube, October 27, that's 10 in the morning. So visit my page, um, my Instagram, Marky Mark David, and I'll probably post a link there. And also before you watch, make sure you vote for me for for Mr. Gay World because I'm representing USA. So make sure to
Mhm.
vote for me. I think they were saying that the vote will start tomorrow. So I'll
mm,
start, posting on social media and
Mhm.
then support my platform, support the other candidates, but make sure your vote is in the USA.
oh,
And
Yes. So, Mark, we're so happy to have you here at your part one interview here at the Matcha Talk Podcast. We get a little bit to know you, answering our weird questions of yes, girl, or no, girl. For your
I'm
part two
expecting more
interview,
on that. I'm expecting more nasty on that. The question was
oh
so
my,
boring. Just kidding.
oh my bad.
ah,
Wait for
Just kidding.
part two. Wait for part two, and we'll get to know Mark
Okay.
more. All right. Bye, everyone. And don't forget to subscribe on our channel and also follow us on Instagram and Spotify as well. Thank you, guys.
thank you.
We hope you enjoyed our episode of our podcast today.
Before you go, please make sure to follow us on Instagram, Matcha Talk _podcast.
Don't forget our TikTok account. It's Matcha Talks. All right. We hope to hear from you soon.
Bye.
Bye.